So it actually pains me to say this, but reports are indicating that the American people are going to be wiped out financially. And this is because of Social Security, SNAP benefits, and federal spending that is ending. So today's video, I want to give you some economic updates on what is going on and how you are going to be impacted. Now, if you have any questions on any of this stuff, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. Also, spend 2 seconds, go ahead, hit that like button. It really does help out the channel. Now, here's what I can tell you. The majority of Americans remain very skeptical about the U.S. economy, and it makes sense. Why would we feel any other way about the U.S. economy when we are seeing firsthand how it is doing? We see prices keep on increasing. Even after we were told inflation is coming down, this is a good thing. We continue to see supply chain issues. The amount of money that we have to save each month, this continues to decrease. And as far as consumer debt, it continues to go up. And with the rising interest rates at this time, this debt costs us more and more money each and every month. That is a major problem. Now, the U.S. economy is struggling. This is not anything new. We've known this. Even though we're told something different, we know the U.S. economy is struggling. But what makes things even worse is the fact that there's no additional relief coming to the American people. There's nothing. Now, I'm always talking about Social Security and SNAP benefits, and for good reason. These are just a couple of the programs that have been heavily utilized and relied upon over the past few years just to get people through. But it doesn't stop there. There's other programs that have really helped out as well. Now, according to reports that were published in late 2022, we are about to see the American people really struggle. That the issues we've been facing over the past 6 months to a year, that's nothing compared to what is coming. Here's why. They say, we now know federal programs that served mostly low-income families are about to run out of funding. The funding should end in 2023. That's this year. Now, the biggest program has been SNAP benefits. They say that in this program, every dollar counts. And so when you lose about 40% of your benefits simply because of cuts, or in this case, we are going to see that now the majority of families after today, they're not going to see another payment where they get the maximum benefit amount, no matter what. So the majority of families are going to lose 40% of their benefits. Some people even commented just yesterday saying that they went from $340 a month down to just $60. One person said they went from $838 a month. They're now getting $142 per month. Those are big changes. That's a major swing. Now, here's what we know. Food prices are still rising. There's nothing we can do about that. We just have to kind of, wait through this. But with SNAP benefits ending in February, that's today, things are going to get even worse. Experts say people are going to be hungrier in 2023. One expert even had this to say: every household should look to local food banks for assistance. Outside of that, there likely won't be much help coming. That's a big warning sign when experts are telling us to go to our local food banks because there's no other help coming. And again, I've said this. Chances are we're not going to see anything. Now, this is very important to know. Whether you're working a full-time job, 2 part-time jobs, maybe on Social Security, things are going to be difficult in 2023. Just the 8.7% cost of living adjustment for Social Security. Social Security beneficiaries receive this, but even from the very beginning in January, many people said this isn't enough. This is not going to help because the price of food, the price of medication, the price of transportation, everything went up higher than 8.7%. And they're right. Some say that this was never enough to start the year, and they knew it before January 1st. So we'll see what happens, but chances are 2024 is going to be even crazier because there's a good chance that the cost of living adjustment for 2024 is going to be zero. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now, I do want to share something with you that is going on regarding Social Security. And this is something that we've seen talked about a little bit here and there over the past, over the past year. But what it has to do with is Social Security and the full retirement age. Now, something that was signed into law, I believe it was by former President Ronald Reagan. This was done in like early 1980s, 1982, 1983, somewhere around there. It was a law to cut Social Security benefits by increasing the full retirement age. Now, the full retirement age went from age 65 to now 67. Now, the thought process behind this was that our life expectancy here in the U.S. was increasing, right? Because of medication, we were just better informed, right? And so our life expectancy was going up. So we should adjust the full retirement age to move right along with it. That's exactly what happened. However, here's where there's a little bit of a problem and a little bit of a disconnect. In the past 20 years, our life expectancy has actually gone down. We went from 76.8 years to now 76.4 years. So we lost 0.4 years in the past 20. So what we are now getting is some lawmakers want to see that, okay, we were accepting of the fact that our full retirement age went up because our life expectancy was going up as well. But shouldn't we tie our life expectancy and full retirement age together? Should we tie these together? Some are saying yes, and this may be something that they fight for in the next piece of legislation. But again, if we bring the full retirement age back down to age 65, this is something that Senator Bernie Sanders is in full support of. The problem here is it would cause Social Security to become insolvent much sooner. And so then we would need to see Congress and President Biden put a plan together to bring in additional revenue, which likely means more taxes. And if we see more taxes, again, this is going to be to the wealthy, this will be to large corporations, and chances are it's going to be to every single American anyway. If this happens, again, more money is going to go into Social Security, but also more money is going to go out as well. So that's a little bit of a problem. Again, this is a major issue because right now the U.S. government doesn't have any money to spend. Essentially, we're broke. Now, the reason why I want to bring all this up is, and especially today is the day that this additional SNAP benefit is ending. We are going to see a major fight for more benefits for nutrition assistance. Why? Well, we know poverty is going to go up. We know crime is going to go up. These are things that we just can't deal with continuing to rise every single month. And according to experts, this will rise every single month. Now, we're going to see a fight for SNAP benefits. We're going to see a fight for and against Social Security. We're also currently expecting federal grants that help with affordable housing and childcare expenses. These are going to run out of money this year as well. And on top of all of that, we are going to see the Medicaid enrollment drop due to the provision that was recently passed in a recent bill. But again, this is the problem we're facing, is that right now lawmakers are not really working together to provide for the American people. Everybody has an answer. Everybody has an idea as to how we can benefit and how we could be better. But as far as working together and providing for the American people, there's just nothing happening at this time. So as soon as we get more information as to what is going on and how you could potentially benefit from a piece of legislation that Congress does put out there, I promise I will fill you in on all the latest news and updates as soon as we get it. All I ask is if you can spend 2 seconds, go ahead, hit that like button, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.